It is the 9th of June, and in this day in Baptist history, our subject is another unsung Baptist hero from history. Our text is 1 Samuel chapter 14, and we're going to read verses 6 and 7. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come, and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. And his armor-bearer said unto him, Do all that is in thine heart. Turn thee, behold, I am with thee according to thy heart. With fond memories, every worthy American treasures the last words of Nathan Hale when he said on September 22nd, 1776, I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country. During the American Revolutionary War, only one Baptist preacher was known as a British sympathizer. That one man was Morgan Edwards, who had come to America from Great Britain. Undoubtedly, his loyalty wavered due to the fact that he had a son who was an officer in the British military. In the brief biography of 3,200 Tories given by Sabine in his History of American Loyalists, 46 clergymen of one denomination, 6 of another, and 3 of another are listed, but only one Baptist is mentioned, the Reverend Morgan Edwards. Following the Revolutionary War, the Committee of the Virginia Baptist Churches received a glorious tribute from the Commander-in-Chief, President George Washington. The tribute reads, and I quote, I recollect with satisfaction that the religious society of which you are a member has been unanimously the firm friends of civil liberty and the persevering promoters of our glorious revolution. I cannot hesitate to believe that they will be faithful supporters of a free yet efficient general government. End of quote. Writing to the Baptist Church of Buck Mountain, Albemarle, Albermarle County, Virginia, at his retirement from the presidency of our young republic, President Thomas Jefferson wrote, and I quote, I thank you, my friends and neighbors, for your kind congratulations on my return to my native home and on the opportunities it will give me of enjoying amidst your affections the comforts of retirement and rest. We have acted together from the origin to the end of a memorable revolution, and we have contributed, each in a line allotted us, our endeavors to render its issue a permanent blessing to our country. End of quote. We reflect with pleasure that on May 4th, 1776, 2 months before the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, Rhode Island, the strongly Baptist state, repudiated every form of allegiance to King George III. Baptist pastors were among the first and foremost to volunteer to serve the American troops as chaplains in the Great War of Freedom. It is a little known fact that it was a Baptist, John Brown of Rhode Island, who is said to have begun the Revolutionary War. John Brown was a brother of the better known Nicholas Brown, after whom Brown University was named. Every friend of liberty should revere the name of John Brown. Mr. John Brown was the owner of 20 ships, and every one of them could have been seized at any time by the British Navy. In 1772, a British armed schooner called the Gaspee entered Narragansett Bay to carry out orders from the British Commissioners of Customs in Boston, with a view to prevent violations of the revenue laws. The Gaspee had been a continual annoyance to the various ship owners as she interfered with their business. On June 9, 1772, the Gaspee ran aground on Namkut below Pawtuxet, Pawtuxet. Hearing the report, Mr. Brown immediately ordered 8 large ships manned by 64 of his armed men to be placed in the charge of Captain Abraham Whipple. About 2:00 a.m., Mr. Brown and his ships approached the Gaspee. 2 shots were exchanged, one of which wounded Lieutenant Dunningston. That was actually the first British blood to be shed in the Great War of Independence. The crew and officers left the Gaspee quickly, and Captain Whipple blew up the ship. John Brown was the last man on board before the explosives on the ship were detonated. In Bartlett's colonial records, during 4 years from the beginning of 1776, Brown's name occurs in, and I quote, important committees and in connection with various public services 26 times, end of quote. Bartlett mentioned John Brown more than any other person in his volume. America owes much to the memory of brave, generous patriots such as John Brown, the Baptist. To God be the glory.